points here at the Algarve International Circuit in Portimao. It's full throttle, lights out, and the MotoGP Sprint era is go here in Portimao. Good start from the third place on the grid by Jorge Martin. Marquez is furious. That's exactly what's happened. Marquez then leads. Bagyaya was briefly pushed back down to fourth. Got on the inside of both Martin and Bastianini in turn 3. But Marquez has the advantage, dropping down into the second gear, turn 5 for the first time. Disaster. To see the way the sun was landing on the tarmac. Now, Nathan Spargo, how's he got on as well to start this Grand Prix? He's in 10th place. He started 12th, so he's picked up a couple of spots.
Much like last year, Alex Rin's got a great launch off the line as well. He came around the outside
of 13 as well, just at the top of your picture there.
Quartararo's dropping down with Mir.
Quartararo's going down then with Joan Mir, two of our most recent world champions, 2020 champ Joan Mir on the Repsol Honda. Nightmare David Marquez, it is Mir that's gone down. His teammate Marquez, here comes Bagyaya then. Martin in second place. Just under a tenth and a half between your top 3 men over the line. Marquez still there in third place after all that drama and chaos on that second lap. It means we've now got Miller in fourth. Oliver wasn't he in the Grand Prix. Now that's Mir on the inside of Quartararo. This is what we knew was going to happen in the Tissot Sprint. Everybody jostling for position, fighting for track position. Quartararo was already well into the corner there, wasn't he? On the inside came Mir, so that's
Quartararo and Joan Mir. Mir had to go for it after making a pretty poor start himself, but he was unable to make that move stick. So the top 3 are coming back towards Jack Miller, to be fair. Miller has made some progress in this third sector of the lap. He's closing in on the back of Marquez.
Through. So Jorge Martin now leads this Tissot Sprint. It is. What an absolute horror show for Mooney VR46 Ducati, Valentino Rossi's project, starting its second year and starting it shockingly. Marini already out and taking out an air Bastianini, and now Marco
Another incident on that first lap. You saw yellow flags emerging halfway through that first lap. That was down to the rookie, unfortunately, Augusto Fernandez, who crashed out on the very first lap of the sprint.
Miller and Oliveira fancy this for the podium, don't they? They're honing in now on Marquez in third place. Martin, no temperature boys on that front tyre for him. He's already started to make what could be a crucial break on lap 4.
Yeah, there could well be a 3-way battle here for third position between Marquez, Miller and Oliveira. The 2 factory Aprilias are next up. Of course, the leading Aprilia on track is that of
to a man and woman in the paddock said this is almost tailor-made, isn't it, for Jorge Martin? And he is making hay while the sun shines here on Portugal's spectacular Algarve coast. He leads over the line, 4 tenths per second. That's tight. That's really, really tight. Marquez is going the wrong way. Game firmly in contention here. We're on board now with the Australian. Coming through turn number 11 now, drop now down through into turn 12 to complete this lap number 5. Miller, only a quarter of a second he was through sector 3 behind Bagyaya.
But Martin looks like he's thinking a bit of a bottleneck now.
And what will Ducati make of this? Is their former man on the KTM now denies Ducati a historic victory in this first Tissot Sprint. We're about to chalk off lap number 5. It's been fast and frenetic as we expected. Miller on the money here, trying to make the perfect start to his life at the KTM factory squad. Great news coming in this Grand Prix, announcing his wife Ruby is pregnant with her first baby. Here he goes, attacking hard into turn number 5. He has made it through.
The former teammate into turn 5, he's already setting his sights on Martin. He was 8 tenths quicker than him on the last lap.
I just wonder whether Jack Miller's really having an advantage from that Michelin soft front tyre. He's the only rider in the top 7 who's got the soft front tyre on, and that means he's going to have that front tyre. In fact, there's only Jack Miller and Zarco that opted for the soft front at the moment. It looks like a genius move.
I know Jack Miller's the only rider currently able to lap in the 138 still at this stage of the Grand Prix. And to be fair, John Zarco is also doing very low 139s. He is up into 10th now, but he's got 2 seconds of empty tarmac ahead of him to Alex Marquez in the last of the points positions.
Martin was just in a little bit hot there, ran onto the curves wide coming through turn number 7. He was able to gather it all back up to hit the apex going through turn 8 over the spectacular format was announced. Here goes Miller on the inside. Oh, he's hanging it out there, isn't he, on that KTM? On the inside of Martin in that first gear, turn number 13. And Jack Miller leads the Tissot Sprint on the factory KTM. Bagyaya can't find a way through on Martin as they drop.
And Miller makes a break for it now at the front of the race, but look at Martin. The power of the Ducati brings him back alongside Miller, and he regains the lead again.
Oliveira still there in 4th place, can't find a clean way through on Pecco Bagyaya. Getting onto Bagnaya's rear tyre is one thing, make up the laps to go, there's no way through this time. Martin goes defensive, make sure he got really good drive grip coming out of turn number 4. He has a bit of a twix there though coming out of 5, but Miller can't get back.
I thought Miller was going to run into the back of him through turn 3, so close he was, but look at the back of this picture, it was
mighty whack, didn't he? Coming out of turn 5 early on from Luca Marini. Down they go then through turn number 12. This is where Miller was really, really good, wasn't he, into turn number 13. No, look at that, the door slammed shut in his face by this time around by the Martinator. For the podium.
I've been watching the lap times for the last 3 laps. In each of them, the fastest rider on track was Maverick Vinales. He's currently running in 7th place, but he's the only rider at the moment in that leading group who's able to lap in the 1:38. Fabio Quartararo is also in the 30th.
Bridge in the final 3.5 laps here in Portimao. Through the super fast turn 10 we go then with Bagyaya on the number 1 factory Ducati. Thought he was going to go for a move there on the inside of Jack Miller. He's doing a great job here, Bagyaya, defending.
8 laps remaining when they cross the line next time around. Martin's been able to buy himself a little bit of breathing space on this 9th lap of 12. He's been able to pull out a third of a second over Jack Miller halfway around this lap. Miller wide, taking that wide sweeping line into turn 15. Bagyaya has to stay patient.
Lewis mentioned here in what's already been an epic start to the new Tissot Sprint era. Here comes Maverick Vinales on the inside of his teammate Aleix Spargo. That's tight, but I think Top Gun has made it work. Oh, they lean on each other. Well, at least they're swapping the same paint, those two, aren't they? Side by sector 1 on this lap 10, 0.4 of a second.
Vinales paying the price for qualifying on the 3rd row of the grid and also not really getting the best of the start because he's clearly got race-leading pace in this sprint, lapping in the low 39s, but Aleix Spargo not making it easy.
So many great results last year, so they know it's a proven race-winning package underneath Miguel Oliveira, but the Portuguese man doing a fantastic job. The crowd will erupt here if Oliveira can find a way through on Jack Miller late on to take a podium here in the Tissot Sprint race. 1:38.9. Just from the 4/10 clear of Bagyaya. Oliveira lining up Miller on the brakes into the first corner. He's got the inside line.
Here comes Marquez.
Oh, here comes Marc Marquez. 2 for the price of 1. Oliveira just lifted up Jack Miller. And Marc for Tissot Sprint glory in MotoGP. Looks like it's an old Ducati affair. It looks like it's down to Martin versus the world champion, Pecco Bagyaya. Bagyaya is very, very good, isn't he, on the brakes going into that first gear. The tight left-hand of turn 13, where Mir and Quattro side. That's not going to work, is it, going on Martin through turn number 15? But here we go. 4.5 kilometres left here in the Algarve International Circuit. The last lap of a Tissot Sprint blockbuster.
Bagyaya just looks like he's got more grip on this final lap of the sprint, but
Crowd on their feet, raising the decibel level here in Portimao because Miguel Oliveira found a way through on Marc Marquez. Just out of your picture there, Oliveira out of shape, wasn't he, on the brakes going into turn 5. Oh, Martin was wide, a fraction offline.
to manage this. Can Oliveira hold off Marc Marquez for 3rd? There is still a huge battle raging between Miller and the factory Aprilians.
This is absolute class.
Marquez
was going through it, and Oliveira was off the circuit. Oliveira's podium hopes have disappeared in the blink of an eye, but this is going to be... Bagnaya's not going to flop his line from this point, is he? Surely he's got 8, 9, 10 bike lengths back to Jorge Martin. It's been the dream start then to his title defence for Pecco Bagyaya. Pecco perfect in Portimao as he creates history. Though after a heroic ride from pole position, Marquez takes 3rd place. Jack Miller misses out by a small margin of 800 on the KTM. He's 4th, Vinales 5th, Aleix Spargo